Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Jet Life with Maggie. Today we're going to be talking a little bit about the history of jet engines and where they originated. I'm going to be talking to Ted Morgan today, and he's going to tell us a little bit of his history with jet engines, which is a little different than what we do here.
Okay, here we go guys, in 3, 2, 1.
I'm here with Ted Morgan today in the jet engine lab. So you have a little bit of a different past with these engines. Want to briefly describe that?
Sure, you bet. Well, I'll give a little bit of background. I've flown airplanes since I was a kid, and I've flown them my whole life. And when I was 20 years old, I started flying, 21 actually, I started flying in the Air Force. I flew T-37s, then I flew T-38s, and T-38s, of course, had the J-85 engines in them. After that, I flew F-4s, then after that, I flew F-16s. And after that, I got out of that and I started flying 737s, which is quite a different engine, and for Southwest Airlines.
When you were flying the planes with these engines in them, what did it feel like?
When you're flying a jet, you go, wow, this is really cool. But the performance on those engines is just to die for. On a small jet like that, they had a ton of power, and then very maneuverable jet. The most exciting thing, which is not exciting, is not the right word for it, is I lost an engine on a single engine airplane, an F-16. My engine failed. All of a sudden my motor, the fuel control quit on it, and the explosion was so loud and so violent on the airplane, we thought we shattered midair. We thought we hit somebody. And it was so hard that the flight surgeon hit his head on the canopy and broke his helmet. But as a pilot, and you go on, you do the things you do the things you train for, and it's no different than a lane running down the track and something goes wrong with one of the motors or a car or whatever. You just you do what you're trained to do.
I would definitely be terrified. Okay, so our dragsters obviously pull some serious G's. What's the most G-force you've ever experienced?
Because I was fortunate enough to fly the F-16, the F-16 is what they call a flight control limiter, which allows you to pull to the maximum G's the airplane's allowed to do without bending the airplane. So that's 9.33 G's. A way to talk about G's, sustained G's, is that if we went up to flying a fighter, at 4 G's you're going to be uncomfortable. At 6 G's you're going to be moderately uncomfortable, maybe starting to hurt a little bit. At 7 G's you hurt a lot. Above 8 G's, when we come back, we'll have what we call raspberries. The blood vessels actually break on your legs and on your arms. And the time of useful consciousness you have is right around 10 to 12 seconds if you don't do something breathing-wise. So we do what we call an M1 maneuver or an L1 maneuver, where basically you just tighten up all the muscles in your body, and you squeeze and you grunt, because you've got to keep that blood up in your head. When you're doing the jet car, it's instantaneous. It's like bam, it's right there. As a fighter pilot, you have a job where when you go to work, your adrenaline flows every day you go fly, because what you're doing is fun, it's challenging, it's exciting, and that's what Elaine gets to do with these jet motors in her car.
All right, thanks for talking to me, Ted. It was nice having you for the interview. Sounds like you've done a lot of important things, and I look forward to seeing what you're going to do next.
We'll go flying. Go
I'll
see what
be
it's
there.
like out there. It's not for everybody, but it's a lot of fun. I enjoy being around Larsen Motorsports just to stand beside these jet engines. It's not an old man, oh wow, look at that, because you guys are doing it today with today's technologies, with yesterday's engines, and just turning them out to a thing. So I appreciate you having me here. Thanks for talking to me. So.
Thanks for watching, guys, and stay tuned. Next week we're going to be talking a little bit about the anatomy of a jet engine.
Okay, here we go guys, in 3, 2,